What's up, YouTube fans? I want to do this video. This video basically is going to be called The Premise. I want to get a few things straight about a couple of videos that I did in the past. I know some of my favorite subscribers are asking questions or a little worried about some of the content. But before I get there, I would like to apologize for those videos because it goes kind of against the style of what Fun Jam Japan is all about. Again, as I reiterate, Fun Jam Japan is all about my family and doing things with my family and having fun. With that being said, you might understand why I did that video. Okay, now let's get to what this premise is all about. I'm here, I'll let you know, I'm here with CV. CV is going to say a couple of comments. CV, say what's up. Hey, what's up, Aaron? And basically, we're going to do a quick chit-chat just to kind of explain to you and show you a little bit about what's going on, about what happened in past experience. So again, as I said before, I'm sorry for not sticking to my program, but I had to do it just to clear the air about some things, and I wanted to share this with you just so everything is on a kind of transparent situation. Now, I'll go back to the story. Now, if you go back to, there was a video that I made. It was called, This Is What We Do. I met some people that
So here we go, folks. Again, I'm not gonna lie to you. I couldn't let this just go like it is because I needed to kind of clear our name as far as and my name as far as this video is concerned. So just pay attention to what's being said, and I'll come in every once in a while and explain some of the details that's being said in this video. But what I really want to make the point about is, if you're really paying attention to this video, these people are covering their ass, for one. There's pretty much a lot behind the story besides what you're hearing from the people that are in this video. It's not fair that they would want to, how you say it, tell their audience that they made some videos that go off of the, how you say, the mainstream of what fun Jammy Jam is about. So I'm just gonna make it clear what's going on. So let it play.
I started looking at Kanye's videos, and his videos were all over the place. He was doing videos about this. So I was trying to give him some of my experience from what I've learned and what other successful YouTubers have given me. They gave me advice and say, hey, you should do your YouTube like this. This is what you should do. This is what you shouldn't do. And I tried to share that information. I shared it with CV, and CV, did very well. So, yeah, we all share information. So, the first thing, I don't want to, embarrass him. I don't want to tell him, hey, your stuff looks like garbage, but I'm going to be realist. I'm going to be real. He wanted to do another video and said, hey.
That's where it got really kind of, fucked up for me in the part about calling us garbage and he just being a realist. Yeah, he was being real about it. Yeah, he was totally honest about it. Yeah, let's look at it in that situation. Yeah, you calling us garbage for what? I mean, already starting a relationship as an interracial family here in Japan, as friendship, and to begin that like that by calling us garbage and you're not going to promote our videos. I mean, what you expect to happen? I mean, from that point right there, when that was first said to me, and it was said in a more dramatic way where he was being loud and, ignorant towards me, to my face, and, I'm supposed to just brush that off. But we just met, bro. I'm not calling none of your videos garbage from that point, up to that point. I mean, you started looking at our shit, I started looking at your shit. So, the pot trying to call a kettle black.
Let's do a family bowling. So we got CD's family and his family and my family together, and that's why you see that video, Family Feud. Again, we did 3 videos together, and again, he wanted to do another video. Hey, let's do another video about haunted house. And I said, look, it's cold out here. I am not going to no cold haunted house or whatever. That was his idea. He kept pushing and pushing. And I said, look, the thing that I didn't bring up, which is true, is that, he said that he hasn't been working here in Japan for a year. And I'm like, wow, who in the right mind will come to another country and not be working? So I'm like trying to help him with that. Even CB.
Let's be real, folks. I mean, you got to keep it real. First, it's all about YouTube, right? And everything was cool, us wanting, to try to get together and make videos, right? But then all of a sudden, you put a video out after we had some issues going on that you conveniently left out here, and you start talking about on YouTube about my personal life, my job status. Say, bro, it's not that serious that you got to sit here and like I said, exploit my bullshit to everybody else is out here. I mean, that's not right. I mean, be real. That's wrong, okay? You shouldn't come on YouTube and blast people's life like that. You suck for that.
Trying to give him some advice. But, in order to work in Japan, I said, well, I run a business. Let me see your resume. Give me your resume. Let me take a look at it. I might, fix it up for you. And he went out and said, well.
By that point, I was already like, I can't trust these guys. They're already calling us garbage. They don't even want, they don't even want to acknowledge our channel. So I'm like, what are they really trying to get at? What's the point of trying to be friends if you already shitted on us? And then to come on here and do this? Come on, man. Your subscribers should know, bro. You garbage. You are such a piece of shit for that. Shameful.
Fix it up for you. He went out and said, well, my wife is, Yoko is still looking at it. She's still changing stuff up. We decided to meet Kanye at McDonald's, me and CB. We said that we wanted to meet him at McDonald's to talk to him about, jobs and how to get a job in Japan. So we made a date, which was like on a Tuesday, and we tried to meet in a neutral area, so I told him to meet close to CB's place. And I would have to drive about 15, 20 minutes, about 30 minutes to get there. So while I was on my way there, I texted him and said, hey, we're on our way.
Understanding the fact that I had other prior agreements or prior activities or things that I was doing, before that, and I had forgot about what plans I had made already with my wife to go do certain things that we had going on. So I didn't mean to just put them off like that, but it just led to that point to where I was like, oh well, shit, I gotta go do this, and then once I get this done, then yeah, I'll get to them as soon as I can. So you're already seeing that these guys are very persistent. So it's like, what the fuck,
He texted me and said, well, I'm going to HelloWorks, which is Japanese unemployment, to look for a job. I'm like, what's going on? We were supposed to meet. And that kind of got me upset and CB upset because it was kind of very irresponsible. We're here trying to help him, and he didn't care. Now, he finally met us 2 hours later. We finally met one us 2 hours later at McDonald's, and I told him, I said, hey, we're here for you. He came here and I came here to meet with you to try to help your situation. And he was like, oh, I'm sorry, but my wife is, she wants me to get a job. She wants me to get a job. Duh! She maybe wanted you to get a job about a year ago. But, I'm telling and I talked to him about this.
So he's here for me. Him and CB here for me. Right. Okay. Number one, I barely know you guys. So it's like, I'm not going to just come out and, every time you look around, you calling on the phone, you wanting this, you wanting that, you asking for me to do this and for me to do that, right? And it's like, I'm trying to find time to adjust myself here for a whole year. Number one, if you don't know Japanese, the language itself, it's going to be very difficult for you to get a job. And trust me, there's not many jobs if you don't understand Japanese in Japan, and they know that. They're aware of that. So he so-called owns a English school, and he's saying that he can provide help for me, but okay, you got a job, so you know a lot of people. So I mean, you could have just left this whole job situation out of this video, and we could have helped me on the side instead of just coming here blasting me like that. So that's the main part that I couldn't understand. So there's no need for what he's doing with right here at all. He knows this. He understands this. He's a grown man. Him and the CB, they're grown men. So to plaster me like this on YouTube about my job status is pretty embarrassing. At the same time, it's not necessary. So if you subscribe to the Fun Jammy Jam, I'm gonna say it like that, you need to really pay attention to what he's saying and how he's saying all of this information here. And there's a lot of it left out. So I'm not one to just automatically start trusting people because I'm in a desperate or dire situation where I need to do something for my, for my life and my family. And I don't want to trust people that I really don't feel comfortable with because of the simple fact that they're calling me garbage, and whatever I do in my life, garbage as far as the YouTube channel is concerned too. So I'm like, nah, it's already broken off to the point to where I'm not even really caring anymore. So you can say what you want, but to come on here and embarrass me like that shows just what kind of person you are.
If you're not able to speak Japanese, read Japanese, and you don't even know the area, how can this work in your benefit? Then it started getting sour. He started sending text messages to CB saying, hey, I don't like Richard, I don't like how Richard is, blah, blah, blah. F that Richard and F him, and I'm doing it my way. I'm like, okay, I'm going to be professional. I'm going to keep it real. I said, okay, if you don't like what I do, I don't care, fine. I will not work with you. Let's just hang out, but let's just don't talk no more YouTube. He didn't want to do that. He still started doing this whole little...
See how he's exposing himself here in this situation, saying that I was saying F him to his buddy CB on text messages, and that the way he looks at it as if we already, the relationship, he now he sees that, I got tired of the attitude and the this is the way I am, all this other shit. Well, we don't know each other. So I'm not going to sit here and accept somebody that's going to be, an asshole to me because you figure you're better than me as far as the YouTube or whatever. And you're trying to, how you said, control how we put videos out. And you're making yourself look even worse by sitting here saying that you're trying to cover your ass by exploiting my situation here on YouTube. If your subscribers had any sense, or if they don't have any sense, they'll know that people just don't do stuff like this. This is personal stuff that you're putting out there. So you already looking like shit. So continue on.
Like that. So I contacted his wife and said politely to his wife Yoko Ono, hey, I don't think I can work with...
How do you think you can talk to my wife behind my back? Telling my wife bickering bullshit gossip about what the fuck going on between me and you as men? You gonna jump to my wife? I mean, come on, bro. I don't have to call your wife for shit. So why would you want to call my wife knowing we don't know each other like that? So think for yourself.
Husband, let's just, push it aside, no disrespect to you. And he claimed that, sent me a text message saying, I don't appreciate you talking to my wife Yoko. I don't like this, blah, blah, blah. And he, used a couple little sour words and F this, A this. So I'm like, okay. So I sent her another email, and I sent her another email in Japanese, and he again got mad about it. So now we're not talking. Now, after that, I put out the next video because, again, that was the video.
Right there was the end of it. Once you contacted my wife and all this other bullshit that was going on with these emails back and forth, whatever, that's when it was over with. That's when we had moved on. We wasn't even worried about contacting you. We wasn't even going to bother you. We just simply left it alone. But then all of a sudden, this asshole comes out with a video called Content Vomit. And in this video, he put some video inserts of his own creation, mocking our channel and what we were doing, because he was calling us content vomit and saying we putting bullshit videos out there. He didn't leave it alone. He could have just left it alone right there, but he didn't. And this is where it gets, it gets really really fucked up. So I didn't say anything after that. I just said, okay, well, if he wants to go that route, let's go ahead and put another video out calling his shit content vomit. Like I said, he could have just left it all alone. We had left him alone. He just couldn't leave that alone. He felt like he had to say something. He had to keep on talking, keep on bullshitting with it. So he got mad after I made the 2 videos that I made about him, and he started taking it personal. So that's what kind of person he is. Me, we took it as, okay, let's go ahead and do the video thing. If you think you can make better videos than us and then call us content vomit, well, we put content vomit part 2, which is about you, and you didn't like it. So, and then you made another dumb video about my wife with a leash on my neck. So you was really just kind of antagonizing this situation further and further when you could have just left it on and didn't make that content vomit video.
That I put saying, guess who called? And I put that out as a message saying to him, hey, your videos are horrendous, and I'm just putting it out there like that.
See, folks, he knew it was over with. He knew everything was done right before he made content vomit. We was done talking to him. We wasn't even fucking with him no more. Everything was over with. And then all of a sudden he puts out a video that was mocking our channel again. I mean, not again. I'm just gonna say that was the first thing he did after we had ended everything, and it just kind of was like, okay, well, let's do it that way. Like I said before, let's do it this way. Let's go to video making content. So we're gonna see who can do better. So he couldn't leave well enough alone. He had to keep on going. So yeah, you see what I'm talking about now. And then listen to his buddy, the CB. Listen to how he talk. This is this guy he's a trip.
You have anything to say? You want to say about that? Well, initially I just thought, I would try to be the voice of reason, and I was trying to get you guys two together to talk, but and I really tried, hard, and I thought, I was trying to tell him, you should talk to him. You should talk to him, and if you have any disagreements or any discrepancies, talk to him. He's very understanding. But it was more like, on his part, a little anger and grievance and saying things, well, look, if you want to play this game, well, I can play this too. I can play it all day. And
the guy is saying is that, we can play this game, right? He trying to help the situation. These guys are like 2 women. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you trying to help the situation, but here you going right backwards and forth talking shit to him, and then he's talking shit to you, and then y'all get together and just start saying, well, let's put something on to make him look like shit. Okay, the reason why I fell out with this guy CB that's talking is the fact that he has this bullshit way about him that's hidden, and the bullshit is he's a black conservative. And I don't like his views politically. And we get into heated arguments about that because it's like, and everybody knows in America that the Republicans are bullshit. They're full of shit. They're just a garbage ass party. Everybody knows that. For him to come be in Japan and acting as if his political, his political background is not going to surface from the fact that your buddy told me you was a black conservative and you was a Republican. You didn't tell me that. He did. Rich shit did. So it's like, once I found out about him, I understood his attitude and how he looks at me in the sense of not working here in Japan and thinking that he can attack me on that part because of his ignorance towards what he knows and what don't know about me, both of them. So yeah, it got to that point to where I had to express myself to him to make him understand, politically in America, you're fucking bullshit. You're a bunch of lies and you're ignorance. And that might be my opinion on here as far as, explaining this video and what I'm gonna say about it. But it just, honestly, it was a huge turnoff that I had to find that out through rich shit about his political status that made me look at him in a different aspect. He didn't say this, but I ended up, getting angry about some things that was said about rich shit. I'm gonna say his name, but he says his name anyway on there. So I didn't want to feel like as if what he was saying was true and correct, and everything he's trying to point at was the fact that I didn't have a job. So listen to what he's saying. Listen carefully to what he's saying about me not working. Look how concerned about it. He never mentioned the fact that he was begging me, to tell the truth about where I work at. And like I said before, I think I said this before. If I didn't say it, I'm gonna say it like this. Once people like these two guys know where you work at, in Japan has this golden rule about corporation first. Corporate people, when you work for a corporation, people they don't like to have conflicts or any bad judgments against you or anything that would look bad in the public view because it makes the company look bad. So once these guys have information about where you work at, they can make a phone call and completely ruin your life. So you see the trust issue and everything, how it all works out, where I couldn't trust these guys from the beginning because of how they downplayed me, me and my family with the channel that we created on YouTube, and they harp on that. And then, it just leads all the way up into this bullshit ass conversation that he's having with rich shit. So here we go.
So then it was becoming like, on his part, like, well, then I'll show, what I can do. And the problem that I had with him is that he's extremely hard-headed and he doesn't listen. And
extremely hard-headed. A grown man calling another grown man extremely hard-headed. Who the fuck are you? So, who the fuck are you again? One more time. Who the fuck are you again? You guys gotta realize something. You don't take shit from nobody. You don't let nobody bully you. You don't let nobody treat you like you're garbage or whatever. You just don't do that in life. So, hard-headed? Man, you a Republican. Shut up.
It wasn't about trying to tell him what to do. It was only just trying to give him some tips and advice on how to do certain things for YouTube. In Japan. Yeah. And how to live in Japan. Yeah. And I also found it weird that he had an aversion for wanting to work. It seemed like he didn't feel that it was something of an urgency. And I feel that as a person, as a man, and I'm going to be frank, you should want to have a job, or you should want to have the longing to have a job, to work and to take care of your family. But he didn't seem like that was a top priority for him. But one of the things that got me mad, this is what...
As a man, I think he didn't have an urgency to work. Bro, it's none of your fucking business. And like I said in the beginning of this here, or during the course of this video that I made here, it was none of their business as far as what I'm doing. I went to them for help. As far as what I'm doing in my personal life doesn't need to be exploited on this YouTube channel, is what I'm trying to say, and how he's doing it. How he go about doing it. Like I said, he could have ended this before he made the video content vomit, but he didn't do that. All he wanted to do was just sit here and prove a point to who? To what? We was done. We was over with. There was no more contacting you. There's no more of that bullshit. But you gonna sit here and continue on, and then all of a sudden you wonder why people feel the way they feel about you. Just like I'm not the only person here in Fukuoka that feels this way about you. I mean, if you guys seen his videos, there are other situations out there where he got himself into a lot of trouble here. So, knowing I knew that, and don't get me wrong, they are established. He's established with his school and whatever, what you want to call it, the English teaching school. You wouldn't know it because Japan got so much bad English going around. It's sad, but I mean, hey, these guys are teaching English, so, and for them to be teaching English, it's just kind of funny that a country like Japan, everything is kind of worded wrong, and you look on t-shirts and you see really bad, sentence grammar, whatever. And I'm not a professional. I'm not a teacher, so I don't sit here and try to push myself to use words like inversion or whatever. What the fuck you talking about, bro? You guys are about as corny as...
He got me, man. This is, again, I contact CB on this, and Kanye said, I had this job offer to work at a hotel to do beds, to fix beds.
And he was like, nah, I'm not going to do that. I'm like, wait a minute. You've been here for a year with no job. And you better take whatever you can get. I don't care if you're picking up cups in a train station. You got to start somewhere. And he said, well, I'm going to see what else is on the table. I can get some better offers. I'm like, when he said that to me, I knew something was wrong. I'm like, you know what? Why am I wasting my time with this guy? Why am I trying to... in retrospect, I was trying more, not to do the YouTube thing with him, but trying to get him to be responsible for his family.
Exactly.
That was basically 100% what I was trying to do.
Exactly.
And he kept deflecting. And then it turned and got sour. Where, again, that's when you were angry and you that at 3 a.m. text and said you were pissed at him.
Well, I was upset because it started to go a little bit off on a tangent. It started to go off on a little bit off on the tangent.
Come on, people. That's so funny. It started to go off on a little bit of a tangent. Yeah. You know why we was fighting at 3 o'clock in the morning, like he said in the video? It's because we got into a little bit of a political fight that he not gonna express to on here, because he know how bad he looking in America right now with the way things are happening politically for the so-called bullshit Republican Party. And I'm gonna put it out there like I said. I don't give a shit if they like it or not. I don't care. You guys need to understand one thing and one thing only. Stop being lied to. So you want to throw lies and conspiracy out there, and then all of a sudden it then smeared back in your face like these guys trying to do my employment status over here in Japan. Then you don't like that shit, do you? Well, guess what? It's too fucking bad. And I'm pretty sure these guys say the same thing about my employment status over here in Japan, because that's exactly what they're doing when they exploit me here on YouTube. So you guys don't understand. Let's get something straight right now. And I'm going to finish this off just like this. Okay, the rest of the video is all bullshit. So he can say what he want. The thing is, they don't know my personal life. And I didn't invite them in to sit here and make me look like a mockery all over YouTube. So the one thing that they don't understand is I got a child with Down syndrome. They don't care about that, especially Republicans, because they making women have kids out of whatever. And that's not good. So especially when they don't care how the circumstances turn out for the woman. So when you have a child with Down syndrome and you love the child so much, it's more of you wanting to go out of your way to make sure that child has what it needs in its life. And if one of us have to work, because we're working as a teamwork, me and my family, since it's already out there, then I'm putting it to them that there's a lot of things that I'm going through, with trying to hold myself together with being here in Japan and my wife together, and with our children. It's hard to try and find anything on my part because I don't understand the language. But my wife, she does understand the language, and she can get a job and she can work. So she knows what I did in America, and she knows what we've been through in America. And to come here and not have the language that I'm supposed to be learning, like right now I'm learning it. It's just hard for me to get around without having that advantage of speaking Japanese. Now these guys know that. So, I couldn't take anything because I have to work around my daughter's schedule, and somebody got to be here for her. So whether they want to admit to this or not, it just looks really bad that they will come on YouTube after everything that's been said and done. Before they made the content vomit video, before Rich Shit made the content vomit video, it was already over with. We had nothing else to say. And then he come out with content vomit. So it was like, okay, so what are you trying to say? You just want to keep on trying to get views and subscribers because this looks good on your part, you think? Okay, when somebody come back and speak against it and they make you look like shit because you're sitting here exploiting people's life like that because that's what you think you can do, and it gets smeared right back in your face. I'd like to see what you're going to do now. I mean, I'm not trying to sit here and say, I'm not threatening you in any kind of way. You threaten me with the way my life is here by exploiting me out here. For what? What are you gaining from this? Subs and subscribers, views? So you doing this for YouTube? You're supposed to be helping the brother, right? That ain't helping nobody. You don't understand the circumstances of what I'm dealing with behind the closed doors. But you're gonna sit here and open up the door for everybody to see me like that? What that make you? Think about it.
About the anger that he had, towards you. And, I thought, if you have a problem with Richard, contact Richard or go over there and deal with it. So I didn't know if he was scared of you or if he was intimidated by you. So I didn't know why. He said he wasn't, but then, if I had a problem with you, we've known each other for years, I would just go and tell you,
Exactly.
But he didn't want to do that, so I would listen to the guy, and then it would shift that, because of my political beliefs, he would start to, harp on me.